We will start the pray first for Tikkunei Zohar. ריבון העולמים ואדוני אדונים אב הרחמים והסליחות מיידים אנחנו לפניך אדוני אלוהינו ולאבותינו וקדושה ושתך תורתה אשתך אביה שקרבתנו לתורתך ולעבודות העבודות הקודש נתת לנו חלק בסודות תורתך הקדושה מענו מחיינו מה שעשית עמנו חסד גדול כזה על כן אנחנו מפלים תחלון לפניך שתמחול ותסלח לכל חטאותינו ואבותינו ואל יהיו עוונותינו מבדילים בינינו לבניך כן יהי רצון לפניך אדוני אלוהינו ולאבותינו כונן את לבבינו לרתך ולאהבתך לתקשיב אזנינו אוזניך לדברנו אלו ותפתח לנו לבבינו הערל בסודות תורתך ולאום בדנו וזה נחת רוח פלקת כיסא כבודיך כרך ניחוח תציל לנו אור מכל נשמתנו בכל בחילתנו של זאת ושיתנוצצו נצרות עבדיך הקדושים אשר לדע גילית דבריך האלה בעולם זכותם זכות אבותם זכות תורתם ותמונתם וקדושתם אמרת לנו לבן כאשר דברים אלה וזכותם תאיר עינינו במה שאנו לומדים גמר נעים זמירות ישראל גן לעיניי והביט על נפלאות תורתך, כי אדון אדוני ייתן חוכמה בפיו ודעת ונעל יהי רצון ורפי, ויגון לפניך אדוני צורך וגואלי. Hello everybody, good to see you again. We continue Tikkunei Zohar from, I'm going to take a turn and I'm going to go to Matok Midvash. The reason I'm doing it because in the Ma'alot HaSulam there is a phenomenal explanation but very long about this section. So whoever have the Sulam, please study it on your own, or you can call me and study it with me. I'm going to make the short version from Matok Midvash. And מסתרה דעמודה דאמצעיתה, שהיא מידת הרחמים. אוקיי? יהיו עוד תלוי ארוך, אם זה כל עובדים דעלמא מטה כלפי חסד, ואם לאו כלפי דינה. It's say in this level, if the person or the human or the people did their job, it will be mercy. If they don't, it will be judgment. והכינו נטלת אחרינן, כוונה דרך חכמי ברמיזה. Let's understand it. מסתרה דעמודה דאמצעיתה, the center column. What is the center column? מידת הרחמים. Because we know there are three ספירות, חסד, גבורה ותפארת. חסד, mercy. רחמים is compassion, which is center column, and גבורה is strength or judgment. היא עוד וו שבתפארת. This is the letter וו. Within the Tiferet, for that reason, the Torah always starts with the letter Vav. A good Torah starts with the letter Vav. If you look at the Moroccan or Ashkenazi, their Torah is without the big box. Usually the Moroccan in Morocco have the Torah like Ashkenazi, you know, without that box, the wood box that's surrounding it. You just have that to make it look like the letter Vav. But the same thing with Sephardic, which is the main thing is the Torah. The scroll would have to be look like the letter Vav, which is Tiferet, which is the Torah. Because the Tiferet is the center column, is bring peace between the fire and water, between fire and ice, because the fire or the ice is more gvura, the chesed is more kindness, so we have to bring peace. The Tiferet bring that peace. עוד וו שבתפארת היא אות תלוי ארוך, בת תלויה ההכרעה לזמן ארוך. It will be, for the long time, Tiferet is the one that define. The center column is defined. אם לזכותו לא חובה, if it's going to be good or bad. כי אם זכרון, עובדים דעלמא, אם יש זכויות יותר במעשה בני העולם, if most of the people, the majority of the people are doing good things, especially now before Rosh Hashanah, אז מטה כלפי חסד, the whole world will be כלפי חסד. So if you want to know the potential of this year, those of you listening to it today, tomorrow, hopefully before Rosh Hashanah, hopefully we can send it, if the group of people are turning around the universe into mercy, it will become mercy without prayer, without shofar, and without Torah. But remember, it's not about those tools, it's about the people. We are the one who make a difference. You can study all the kavanot, all the meditation, but if we're not making a change within our soul, don't expect to be a great change out there. This year is Tafshin Pei Bet. What's going to happen? Tafshin Pei Bet, I don't need to tell you. The word Pet, the letter Pei is the greatest, one of the greatest letters in the Torah. You know, in the letter Pei, you see the letter Bet. And Bet is Bet, from Bereshit, from Bracha. I mean, the letter that God chose to start the Torah with. So you have double Bet, Bet that's hidden within the Pei, and another Bet which is outside. That's the inner meaning of the year to come. When you double Bracha, you have double blessing in this year. And the letter Pei is come from the word, from the angel that helped Yaakov named Pil'i. Okay? So you have Pele. Pele means wonder. Wonder. Pele means wonder, and Bet means Bracha. So the potential of this year is not Pilei Bracha. You have Pilei Bracha in this year. It's all available. But what is the Tikkunei Zohar is telling us? יש זכויות יותר במעשה בני העולם. אז מטה כלפי חסד. Yes, this year is ready for us to do more מעשה חסד, to be more תשובה, to do more kindness, to be more smile to another person who is in pain. ואם לאו, חס ושלום, if the people are not doing their job, שאין מעשים טובים בעולם, אז מטה כלפי דינה. Then you take those two letters, the last two letters, and I don't want to tell you how much negative potential there is that can happen, חס ושלום. So we need to prevent it by our tefillot now before Rosh Hashanah and on Rosh Hashanah till Yom Kippur. It's very, very important. והכינון תלת הכינן, נאי, and this is as to relate to the ספירות in the bottom, כל נצח עוד יסוד. כגוונה דה, כחגת, כי הם ענפיהם. And the nahi is the extension of Chagat, Chesed Gvura Tiferet, because if you look at the oral sphere of Zeir Anpin, that's built from 6 Sefirot, the upper three, I mean, not the upper three is Chesed Gvura Binah, the upper three of Zeir Anpin is Chesed Gvura Tiferet, the manifestation, Netzach Hod Yesod. אז מה תק כלפי דינה, יכולות לראה לכם נאי. So, what has been din, what has been judgment, dina, meaning nahi, Netzach Hod Yesod. But if the person is doing good, is Chesed Gvura Tiferet. כגוונה דה, כחגת, כי הם ענפיהם. ולחכים מדי ברמיזה, שיבינו מחגת את הסדר בנאי, ואין צריך להאריך יותר. And there is no point to make it longer, and that's why Rav Bandvan actually make it longer here, a little bit too long, I mean 3 pages. I shouldn't say too long, there's a judgment statement, but it's too long for my level. Okay, it's the right way to do it, but not all of us can connect to it in a wonderful way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Aili nafkin ba'alei ha'ot, achinan nafkin lepitcha. So the one with the sign, ot, okay? Remember, we're still talking, this is the same tikkun, we're still talking about the tefillot, no coincidence before Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. הרוצים לעלות תפילתם. There's people who come to elevate their prayer. מסדרת הקשת, דהיינו, עוף אחי אות ברית. When we say ot mean a sign, but also ot mean a covenant. One of the covenant that we have is for the man is the brit. Is the brit. Beni ubenechem. What is the other covenant? The keshet, the rainbow. Okay, that's another covenant. Shabbat is the third one. So you have brit, Shabbat, and the keshet. You have mezuzah, you have tzitzit. So what does it say? מסתרת הקשת, היינו עוף אחי עוד ברית, את קשתי נתתי בענן, והייתה לעוד ברית ביני ובין בני הארץ. So what does God say in Parashat Noach? That the rainbow is a sign between God and the people, that the chaos from a weather point of view will no longer take place. I know that a lot of you thinking like, oh my God, the weather is terrible, there is flooding, there is fire, there is this, there is that, but it's nothing compared to what happened in the time of Noach. So first we have to have gratitude that it doesn't happen this way, because there is mighty one in heaven who stop a lot of things from negative to happen. Because there is a limit. God put limit to the negativity because we cannot handle all the negative thing. But in the same time, we should look how to make it more positive. דאמר בקשת, כמראה הקשת אשר יהיה בענן ביום הגשם. כן מראה הנוגה סביב. הוא מראה דמות כבוד השם והראה ופול על פניי. So if you look at the section that talk about the keshet, okay? Talk about the keshet. It say the rainbow that come in the cloud in the rainy day is the same color or is the same aspect of what something called Noga Saviv. And I don't need to tell you, there is 4 klipot, we already studied that. It's something that we mentioned doing the Berit Milah, when you do circumcision, and it's Anan Gadol. יש מתלקחת רוח שרה, those are the 3 main klipot, and then you have klipat noga. That's why you have the circumcision itself, removing the foreskin, and then you have the peri'ah, para yud kei. What is peri'ah? Peri'ah is to separate the last klipa from the other 3 klipot, because the last klipa called klipat noga, and that's why it's called noga lo saviv. It's a very dangerous klipa. It's a klipa of tree of knowledge, good and bad. Most people get sick in that klipa. The other 3 klipot are obvious. It's obvious negative. Noga is half positive, half negative. It's a very tricky klipa. So when noga, it's called klipat noga. When klipat noga is attached to the other klipot, it's negative. When klipat noga attached to positivity and kedusha, it's positive. That's why it's called noga lo saviv. He compare here the rainbow ken marea noga saviv. The rainbow is like that noga saviv. Umared mut kvod Hashem. This is the vision of the image of the Creator. I mean, of course, there is no image, but what does that mean? וירא ויפול על פניי וישמע קול מדבר, and it's, if I'm not mistaken, this is a section from Yechezkel, and I saw that vision, and I fall on my face, and I heard a voice talking to me. ואז שמעתי את כל הנבואה. Then I heard the prophecy. ומקשה, and there is a question. Tikkunei Zohar come up with the makshe, with the kushia, with a question. Raise a doubt, raise a question. I'm looking if it's Tikkunei Zohar or if it's Matok Midvash. והמאי הוא נפיל על אנפוי. Yeah, he's asking a question. המאי נפיל. יחזקאל על אנפוי. Why is Ezekiel falling on his face as Tikkunei Zohar? When you see that, I mean, there is all the revelation of God. Everybody is waiting for revelation of Hashem, of the Creator in Yerushalayim, when the Mashiach will come, when the temple will be built, with mercy, with no war, with no problem. Let it happen today. Yalla, happen today. No need for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and all this. It can happen today and we finish with all this job. So why is Yechezkel falling down? על האנפוי, on his face, כשראה את מראה הקשת, when he see the rainbow, הוא מתרץ, and he come up with an answer, begin דאסור להסתכל בקשת. Because there is halacha that it says you're not allowed to look at the rainbow. You can't look at the rainbow. The rainbow color, whatever the rainbow is, you see it by mistake, you can do bracha on it. מפרש וזיל, אמר רבי אלעזר לרבי שמעון אבא. רבי אלעזר have a discussion with his father. This is all in the cave. He said, Father, רבי שמעון, למה היה אסור להסתכל בקשת? רצה לומר, מה איתמו? What's the reason he cannot look at the rainbow? After all, that's a berit, that's a sign of God to show that he have mercy on us. אמר לו רבי שמעון לרבי אלעזר ברי. רבי שמעון answered to his son, רבי אלעזר. begin in קליפים דמלבשים במסוד המקיפים. There is a clipot that I like to touch to every place there is a brit. Wherever there is a brit, wherever there is a covenant, all the army of the negative forces want to attach to it and take energy from it. Like the Brit Milah, circumcision. In the circumcision, this is the time all the negative forces want to steal energy from it. Even after you're growing up, still, klipot is after that. Shabbat. Also, person want to do Shabbat, want to keep Shabbat. It's always going to be a reason why not to. Because the klipot is there. Same thing, say Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai to his son Rabbi Lazar, is the rainbow. Now, let me ask you something. Don't you think Rabbi Lazar know it? Being with his father for so many years. Of course he know it. So why is he asking? To have a mercy on us. Rabbi Lazar plays such a beautiful role in Tikkunei Zohar. He's the one who asks the question for people like us, people who are not as educated as them, not as educated as the Talmud, the Zohar people. So we can benefit from Tikkunei Zohar as well. That's why Tikkunei Zohar has within it so much mercy. ודינים ביסוד הפנימיים. So it says the klipot are touching the mekifim, the surrounding around Noga. So they go to the pnimim. Now what does that mean? Ask the Tikkunei Zohar. Dinun. Explanation. Gimel klipot meot. There is 3 klipot. I'm very proud of myself. I have a little ego now because all of a sudden, I didn't prepare for this class, so all of a sudden I see it's coming. There is 3 klipot which are completing klipot. One is Ruach Sa'ara, one is Anan Gadol, one is Esh Mitlakachat. I'm really loving it when Tikkunei Zohar is okay with me teaching it, and then I can find it's there. Yeah, but we have to be careful. I mean, I have to be careful. That maybe just because I did it wrong now, the ego get benefit. So the ego get benefit for being right. You always have to be careful when you feel being right, like me now. Be careful. Okay? ולפי שהן מתלבשות בקשת, those קליפות are addressed within the rainbow, שהיא בחינת יסוד. Because what is the keshet? Is yesod. Keshet, by the way, keshet is the same words in Hebrew for bow. Am I saying it correctly? Bow. Bow, you know, bow and arrow, not the arrow, just the keshet. And it's funny, call it yesod. Because if you look at the sexual organ of a man, it's like keshet, it's like a bow. Because it's shooting the seed into the target, and through that you have children. So here you call it yesod. והקליפות הם הערבה בישה. אם מסתכל בהם יכולים לנזק, לכן אסור להסתכל בשקשת. The קליפות הם only negativity, it's called ערבה. ערבה. ערבה, ער, from the word רע. רע mean wicked, ו. וו, K, from the י' כו' K. So the קליפות always have a little bit קדושה, but attached to them the רע, the wicked, the negativity, the selfishness. ועל זה הקליפה Adalet Nemar Venoga Lo Saviv. And what is Klipat Noga? What is the Klipa called Noga? She's around them. Noga is like Venus. She's around the other three Klipot. Okay? And that's why you shouldn't look at it. Because when you look at the rainbow, you look at the Klipot. ודאי the חזה יחזקאל עליו שלום. And that's what Ezekiel saw. Teach Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai to his son. דאמר והרב והנה רוח סערה באה מן הצפון. Because if you look at the section, it say, I saw a stormy wind coming from the north. דא קו תוהו. This is what we call תוהו. If you remember from Genesis, it said, בראשית ברא אלוקים את הארץ, והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו. Okay? תוהו is that line, ועליה נרמזת קליפה ירוקה. And that attached to it, it's called the klipa. What type of klipa? It's called green klipa. The egoza. If you look at the pecan, those of you ever saw a pecan growing, I mean, one of my favorite things to see when I was in Israel, or when I drove to Atlanta. In Atlanta there is a lot of pecan. The pecan itself comes with a brown shell that inside is the pecan nuts and surrounded by green skin. By the way, the North African women used to take the green skin before it get dry and put it on the lips, and that make a lipstick for 2 months, secret for cosmetic. So this is called klipa yeruka de egoza. This is the green, it's called the klipa. Klipa means shell. It's not mean negative, because it's a klipa, it's cover the nuts. הנקראת קו ירוק, we call it קו ירוק, we call it green line. שהוא המקיף את כל העולם. That green line surrounded the whole world. קליפה הב' היא ענן גדול. Second קליפה is great cloud, or big cloud. כנגד קליפת ענניה חברה דאגוזה. And this is the second klipa. It is like as white like the nuts. When you're opening every nut in the end, at the bottom, you remove all the skin, you see a white. So this is that klipa called anan gadol, and the anan, the cloud, is white. היינו קליפה הקשה כאגוז. Tell us, Matok Midvash, it's not just say white, you have to understand, it's klipa as hard as nut. ודא באו, קליפה ג', the third קליפה, אש מתלקחת, is a stormy fire. כנגד הקליפת ליטה דגוזה, which is the third קליפה within a nut. היינו אוויר החשוך שבתוך קליפה הקשה דגוז. This is the dark within the nut. Before you opening the nut is sitting where? Surrounded by what? By dark space. That dark space is the third קליפה, called אש מתלקחת. ודא חושך, and this is dark. שעליו נאמר וחושך על פני תהום. If you remember, בראשית ברא אלוקים, in בראשית, it says וחושך על פני תהום. It will be a dark above of the valley. That's what it say before creation of the world. That's what it was. Now, what is that dark? So no, it's a third קליפה. קליפה ד', what is the fourth קליפה? היא ונוגה לא סביב, is the surrounding נוגה. ד' נגד קליפה ד' דאגוזה. This is the fourth קליפה in the אגוז. That's why on Rosh Hashanah you cannot eat אגוזים. You cannot eat, it's called hazelnuts, or pecan, or cashew, or walnuts. You cannot eat those things. You know, tell your chef, don't put any nuts in the salad, don't put any nuts in the cake, or in the food. Please be makpid on that, because it goes gematria chet. Klipa adaka. What is the fourth klipa? Where is it? It's the skin attached to the nuts. Every nut, whatever it's almond, whatever it is, pecan, whatever it is, hazel, you have this brown little thing, so when you bake it, you can remove it with your hand. This is klipat noga. Okay? And this is attached, the walnuts inside. And this is like chashmal. Chashmal literally in Hebrew translates to electricity, but it's not, because we already explained there is chash and there is mal. And that's the brain of the mochin, the livelihood of the nut, and which is the yesod. And in that place, we suppose, or that's what happened, the union between the Yud Kevavke and Adni. That's the union. So he continued. וברי אתה בני רבי אלעזר, and you are my son, need to know רבי אלעזר, דע לך, you need to know, שעד דילין קליפין, למזות וקליפות די גוזה, מתעברים, מתבטלות מן העולם. So, those קליפות Those, and I would like to see a second opinion always with this section that I'm so excited about. So that's why you cannot look at the rainbow. And how do you break them? What do you do to break those klipot? What do you do? The klipot exist everywhere. How do you break those klipot? What do you do? And look at Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And how much merit we have. I have. My wife has to do a video of that. The people who listen to it will have. How do you break those klipot? Listen what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai himself say. בתקיעה ושברים ותרועה. I was so heavy in my heart that I skipped Tikkunei Zohar last week because we had to go to New York. And Baruch Hashem, get slapped in the face this morning, wake up early, go to shul. I didn't even know why I'm doing it. I was upset with myself. That's too early. Then I come back and say, let's do Tikkunei Zohar. And that's the section I meet. And if I will do it to Rav Brandwein in the long version, I will never get to this part. That's Hashem way. בתקיעה ושברים ותרועה. When you take תקיעה, שברים and תרועה, what do you get? קשת. קשת, because the way you say תרועה, תקיעה, you say קוף only. So קוף is תקיעה. שברים, שין, תף תרועה. קשת. דבעון שברים, עליהם נאמר שבר, תשבר מצבותם. It say, when you come to the land of Canaan, you should break all the matzevot, all the epitaph of whatever, or some stone that they used to worship. היינו כוח דינון קליפין דגוזה נשבר מצד הגבורות. And that's how you breaking it. That's how you breaking it, with the shvarim. When you do shvarim, whenever the Baal תוקע to shvarim, לשבר את המצבות של העבודה זרה. Any עבודה זרה you have in your heart, you breaking it. ובתרועה נאמר תרועם בשבט ברזל. It's another pasuk. תרועה, meaning another aspect of the shofar, תרועים בשבט ברזל, you can shake them with iron, שהוא גם כן לשון שבירה, which is also to break. בתקיעה, so what is תקיעה? נאמר ועוקע אותם להשם. And you should put them, עוקע meaning is almost like you put a nail on the wall, that's לעוקע, עוקע. If you remember after the golden calf, Moshe Rabbeinu and the Levites has to kill few people who were attached to the golden calf. זה ועוקע אותם להשם. You should put them on the wall for Hashem. Again, not literally. היא גם כן מורה על ביטול מן העולם. That's mean תקיעה, meaning we canceling everything. דאילין קליפות, לרמון למשוקה, ותקע כף ירך יעקב בגיד הנשה. And those קליפות that bother us to do the spiritual work, is the same thing. If you want to find again the word תקיעה, you remember when Yaakov Avinu fight with the angel of Esav, when he had to cross the Yabok river. What did it say? ותקע כף ירך יעקב בגיד הנשה. ותקע, that he hit him in the sciatic nerve, in his leg, דהו צדיק. דהיינו שעד נפגע מהיסוד הנקרא גיד. And that's attack the yesod that called gid, because the sexual organ of a man also called gid, because it's like gid, it's like a vein. ועל ידי זה ותפרש מינה שכינתה מיחודה עם בעלה, and because of this the Shekhinah is no longer with her husband, because of that. והיא בקלותה בין הקליפות, the Shekhinah is in the קליפות. ודבק ותראה קליפה דעורלה, הנוגעים אל אורות דעורלה כנגד קליפות. And when the Shekhinah is in the galut, all the קליפות is attached to it, which is the three קליפות. להפריד הייחוד בין צדיק ושכינתה. And that's why there is no connection between צדיק, between יסוד and מלכות, between י' כו' כנעני, between צדיק and שכינה. אבל זה נאמר, על כן לא יוכלו בני ישראל גיד על השם. That's why we don't have the sciatica. That's why we don't have filet mignon. We have to cut half of the back of the cow and give it away. עד התפרט אי קליפה דער לה, מטבן יסוד. Until the קליפה of יסוד will be removed from the world. ורבי שמעון continue and say, I'm jumping to מעלות הסולם, it's the same section, I'm just looking for a different translation. אומר לרבי בני, כל עוד שאלו קליפות אינם נעברים מן הקשת, until those קליפות don't remove from the rainbow, לא יהיה הקשת בצבעים מהירים. The color that you see in the קשת coming from the קליפות, don't look at it. It's not good. היינו שלא תגלה צבע הרביעי הוא שעושות נקודה בלחות העצמה. That's why there is always three clipot, three color that control. I know some of you think there is more, but there is actually three clipot, three color. And the fourth one, which is מלכות, cannot be revealed. סוד נקודת בת עין, the daughter of the eye, שהיא בצבע שחור, which is black. Because what is the מלכות? Black. וסימן, זה יהיה בידיך, שטרם תראה הקשר בצבעים מהירים, אל תצפה לעקבות המשיח. He say, until you don't see the rainbow shine with the right color, don't expect Mashiach. Mashiach will only come when you're going to see the rainbow in a different color. You cannot see the rainbow in the klipot. So the klipot, what they do, they're stealing that announcement of the Messiah through a fake color. מיד שיהיה מאיר בצבעים מהירים, דהיינו שגם צבע מלכות עצמה תאיר, בשווים גיון הצבעים שבזעיר אנפין. When you see the black color, which is מלכות, which is manifestation of the three color, that's when those three color coming from Kedusha and manifest to Malchut, then you know Mashiach is coming. How do you see black color? How do you see black color? That's why people are attracted to look at the rainbow, because they know it reminds them of how it looks when Mashiach will come. But how do you see? So of course he doesn't talk about physical color. בסוד והיה אור הלבנה כאור החמה מיד וראיתי לזכור ברית עולם. And then it will be a time for the Mashiach to come. I have to continue. I'm a little bit excited about it. And I'm continuing with Ma'alot HaSulam, Rav Brandwein. Let me see if I have. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to stop here. Okay. I'll stop.